It's 4 o'clock in the swamp, and it doesn't matter what time it is in the rest of the country because your sun and moon should rise and fall on what your dear leaders in Washington are doing. I'm sure you'll all be happy to know that the Democrats and the other party that enables Democrats, they have come to an agreement to keep government from shutting down. Isn't that wonderful? Sure, the border is wide open, allowing terrorists, illegal aliens, drugs, and guns to flow through like a never-failing stream. Sure, the economy's a basket case. Sure, crime is ripping our communities apart. Sure, government officials are colluding to steal our constitutional rights. And yes, the government is actively working to make our military the laughingstock of the world. And sure, both political parties colluded to redefine the Christian, Jewish, and Muslim institutions of marriage. But the really important thing, the most crucial thing, is that you all are forced to fund the most tone-deaf, irresponsible, corrupt, self-interested, and morally bereft government that our nation has ever been cursed with. At least, that's what the Washington elites will tell you is the most important thing. Without fear or favor, the Chris Salcedo Show starts right now. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Chris Salcedo Show here on Newsmax. Here's an example of the failure you and I are forced to fund. Joe Biden's border policies have yielded death, destruction, and a complete loss of trust in government. With just 2 years in office, Biden has ushered in an estimated 6 million illegal aliens into this country. Fiscal year 2021 alone had nearly 2 million border apprehensions compared to 600,000 in 2020 under President Trump. Even the folks at MSNBS are wondering out loud, quote, where's the urgency here? Where's the outrage that men, women, and children are going through hell, end quote. Border officials warning this is only the beginning, as the America First policy known as Title 42 is set to expire in 7 days. Newsmax border correspondent Jaeson Jones warning that El Paso, Texas has already become ground zero for this border invasion. He joins us now with a live report. Good afternoon, Jaeson.
Chris, good afternoon. It's good to be with you. You know, last week we were there on the ground in El Paso, Texas, and I've got some exclusive video showing something that we've never seen on the southwest border before. Take a look at this video. What you are seeing are charter flights by U.S. Customs and Border Protection to put men and women who have come across illegally into the country onto these flights and then take them to other processing centers to be processed. They're not moving them into the country yet because there are so many people crossing into El Paso, their processing centers don't have the capacity to hold them. And because they've had so much overflow, what they're doing is loading approximately 140 people at a time. And if you notice in these videos, you'll see they're shackled. They're shackled at their waist and at their ankles. And what they're doing is trying to bleed the pressure off as so many people are coming in to the city of El Paso. Where are these flights going? They're going to Laredo and they're going to Harlingen, Texas, where from there they're going to be processed. And then depending upon the country of origin, determines whether they're removed or whether they're allowed to stay into the country. But it's an example of what has taken place. Look, in the last 12 days, Chris, there's been 25,000 apprehensions just in the El Paso sector alone and over 10,000 gotaways.
Good grief. So with Title 42 set to expire, what are authorities telling you? Well, the authorities who actually care. We know the federal government really doesn't care. So those who do have a vested interest, how bad is this going to get?
You know, in the last 48 hours, we've had a lot of things change in Mexico that are going to have a direct impact with the overlay of getting rid of Title 42. There is a large camp in Tapachula, Mexico, right on the border with Guatemala. They just disbanded the Mexican government. That held 15,000 migrants who are now making their way towards us. In Juarez, approximately 10,000 are staged to cross. Now, I can tell you, don't expect a large surge of 10,000 people all at once into the United States. The Sinaloa cartel and Cartel Jalisco New Generation, they would never allow that, along with the new Juarez cartel that own that plaza there. They're going to make sure they get paid first. But here's the concern. Personnel are already overrun with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The state and local are doing everything they can do to support CBP operations, but the problem is the overwhelming numbers are just too much. And then you overlay that, Chris, the fact that it's 46 degrees in El Paso, Texas right now. These people are not acclimated to the cold and they don't have cold weather gear. So you take all of that, and what you're seeing is an area that all eyes should be on El Paso. One last thing I'll say here is, where has the federal government been? We have said for 2 months that El Paso was going to be ground zero. As we saw that transition and the failure of DHS leadership and Secretary Mayorkas to address it, to bring in enough personnel, it's going to cause a massive ripple effect at the end of Title 42, and we're going to see it play out.
Jaeson Jones, great reporting as always. Thank you for your report and your diligence down that way. It's been absolutely outstanding. Folks, in my opinion, Jaeson was asking where the federal government is. Well, the federal government, courtesy of the Democrat Party, is arrayed with narco-terrorists. They are now partners with narco-terrorists. And guess what? The fun of it all is you're fully funding it.